Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here at the Artist Coaching Community Q&A Answers. I'm finally back. I finally had some time to dig into your questions that you've sent in last week and the week before that. So this will be a double Q&A session. I'm actually getting ready for a live stream later today with Bart Beemore, which I'm really excited about. And aside from that, I've been busy with a lot of other stuff. I'm following an education, a training, which I finished the first part last week. So I graduated last week, and now I'm going to start on the second part, the master education, and it's going to take another half year. So that takes some time. On the side, on the room next door, I'm setting up a second business actually. I'm opening up a game room. So a place where friends can play with Xbox and PlayStation and Call of Duty and FIFA tournaments and those kind of things. That's going to be crazy as well. So I'm working on that as well. It's been busy. That's why it took a bit longer to get back to you guys, but I hope that doesn't mind. Let's just dive into it right now. The first question came from Alban. Your professional opinion on companies like house bootlegs and other playlists systems. Does it help or even push something, or does the insider knows that you as an artist are using payola? I had to Google that word, payola. I wasn't familiar with it, so I had to Google it. What does payola means? Payola means that you are paying money to get featured or paying money to get played on a radio or whatever. You are doing some kind of, it's not really illegal, but a bad thing to get a promotion. The thing is, it could help to push a track, of course, like you're actually buying yourself an audience. And of course, it's an endless discussion to say if it's a good or it's a bad thing. In the end, it's a market, it's an industry, so those things happen. In other businesses, people pay to advertise as well. So it's a tough thing. It's still a way to create an audience and to get your track out there. But in the end, I believe in the fundamentals of your career. And if the music is bad, or if you just don't know what you're doing, you can pay anything you want, but it will not work. So that's my opinion on it. Jess asks if I've ever had any copyright issues on YouTube or any music streaming platforms when it comes to posting bootlegs. Yes, I do, and I actually still do, because last week I got an email from, I think it was SoundCloud. I once made a bootleg from Love You Seek, which Avicii later on remade and named it differently. I kind of forget the name, but I did a bootleg of that track, and it got taken down now, so like 6-7 years later. I definitely have to do something with copyright issues. You're not the only one. Robert asks, what are your tips if you want to step out of the standard arrangements that everybody uses for a certain dance genre? Well, Robert, there are no rules in music production. So if you feel that the rest of the arrangements are standard and everybody's doing the same thing, do something different. Just try something different. There are no rules, so you're free to go. That's the beautiful thing about making music. You are free to do whatever you want to do. So if you feel like an arrangement could be better or could be worse or whatever, just try it out. It's the best thing. Xavier, what earplugs should a DJ get and how important are they? I actually had earplugs for a long time in my career. I use the one with the built-in filters in it, so it's not just a plug, it's also filters out the frequencies that are harming your hearing. They're a bit more expensive. I'm not sure which brand they were, because I bought them in a store here in the Netherlands, and I think it was their own brand, which was called Beter Horen for the Dutchies who are looking for it. But I think there's more companies making them right now, and I could definitely recommend you to start wearing them, because if you don't hear well, it's really hard to make music or to play music. And in the end, if that's the way you make money, you should protect those things. Definitely something I would advise you to do. Let's see. Those were the questions from 2 weeks ago. Now let's go to the questions from last week. People often ask about the technical side of the producing, but what about the personal side? To be specific, do you always start or work on your existing song if you're tired so that you can keep pushing through it if you take a rest day, or anything that will get you motivated again? That's a question from Vedran. That's really personal, Vedran. I get what you mean. Of course, it's a job and you have to work for it and you have to spend a lot of hours to get better. And the same as another job, like you have to work at least like 5 days. Well, there's no rule, but I like to take 5 days a week. But in the end, it's a really personal thing because you have to keep listening to your body. If you feel like you're really tired and you just aren't creative anymore, take some time off. Like if you have let's say if you have a second job, a side job in between as well, and Sunday is your only day off, and you have to spend that day to work on music as well, I can imagine that after a few weeks you're getting tired, and every human being needs rest. So if you feel tired, just take some rest and go into the park or go and do some other stuff. Sorry, there was a delivery that came in for me, so I had to go outside and pick up the things. But to resume, if you feel tired and you feel that your body is tired or that your brain is tired, take some day off, take some rest, chill, do whatever you need to get energized again. But I think what's most important here is that you're honest with yourself and see the difference between being lazy and actually being tired. It's really easy to say, I'm going to watch Netflix today because I don't feel like doing the marketing, or I don't feel like making the promotion plan for my track because it's not the most fun part of the job. But it is something that needs to happen. So if you feel like that, if you have those thoughts in your mind, think about it and ask yourself the question, am I really being lazy right now, or am I actually really tired? That's a big difference. Jazz Lucio asked what jungle terror is. Honestly, I don't really know. So yeah, sorry. And Prajal said, should an amateur producer keep releasing his stuff while he keeps improving with every track, or wait until he gets to a pro level and then start releasing? Would it hurt the reputation and following of an artist with releasing not so good music at the start? Well, Prajwal, a really interesting question, because I think there's a lot of producers out there who are struggling with this. When is the right moment for you to start releasing your music? And I can totally imagine, like, I've been there as well. The first 2 years of my music production life, I didn't have the balls to play my own tracks because I wasn't comfortable doing that, because I really didn't think my tracks were that good. But I do really believe that after like 1-2 years into music production, depending on how much time you actually spend working on it, I really do believe that you just have to get started releasing those tracks, because there's never a right moment to get started. It's the same as starting with babies or getting married. There's never a right moment to do it, because there's always something that comes on your way that could bring you into other thoughts or whatever. And it's the same with music, with releasing your music. There's never a right moment to get started doing it, because you keep evolving as a person, you keep evolving as a music producer. So I would just pick a moment, and let's say 1 or 2 years into your music production life, you can say that you have some experience, and now you know how you actually can make music. So after 1 or 2 years, I would just get started doing it, because you will always keep having this, that you will become better. Even 5 years from now, even when you're at the top like Hartwell or Martin Garrix, also those guys keep evolving, because the plugins get better, their knowledge, they have more knowledge to gain. You will always keep evolving as a person and as a music producer. So your older tracks will always be worse than the next one, and that's a good thing, because that means you keep evolving as a music producer. So just take some time to get to the basics, take some time to reach a decent level. And if you don't know when you've reached that decent level, try asking for feedback around you, like from people who also make music, to tell you when you've reached a decent level, mixing wise, mastering wise. And if you've reached that level, just get started, because there's no right moment to actually start doing it. So guys, those were the questions from last week and the week before that. One thing I want to update you guys on is that I've been working on a book. I've been writing an autobiography for my artist career, so from the real beginning until the real end, which is about 14 years, I think. I've started digging into my past and started writing down all the things I've experienced at the beginning, but also at the end and in the middle. The really cool things, but also the downsides of being a traveling DJ, like a professional DJ and music producer. And it's been really fun. The book's finished. Right now it's at someone who is going to rewrite it and is going to change the spelling and stuff, because I wrote it in English and that's not my native language. So I'm waiting for that right now. And then I have to record an audiobook version of it, and then it will be released. And I'm still thinking about how I'm going to release it, but I'll keep you guys up to date. Let me know if you would like to read it. That's great information for me. So just send me a message if you would like to read it, and I'll keep you guys up to date. Thanks again for sending me your tracks in the Artist Coaching Community Facebook group, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.